See, the first question was on the main administrative issues and socio-cultural problem in integration. The introduction, again, PPP. Integration, post-independence integration of 562, this everybody knows. Princely state was the major challenge led by this integration led by, here I should have written integration was led by Sardar Patel and VP Menon. Personality given, the number given, post-independence is nothing but the year only, 1946. So this is the introduction. Second, major administrative issues in integration process of princely states. So major integration issues like the administrative structure was different. Treaties, see here, they are not asking us to create dimension within the administration. Now, when you think about the administrative dimensions, what things comes under the administration? That you have to think. See, within administration, things comes like taxation, financial issues. There are issues with respect to the land revenue, tax collection, issues related to the records maintenance, keeping record of birth, death, many things. There is a administrative issue of elections, conducting elections, right? Administrative structure, like what would be the hierarchy, district collector, within that assistant collector, whatever is the hierarchy. These things are administrative, you know. So the point is, when they are saying specifically about the administrative, so you need to bring these aspects: financial issues, taxation issues, the administrative structure issues, and then the other like the election issues, right? So the fact is here, that dimension we can create. Different administrative structures were there, like the in unification, different treaties and instruments signed, land revenue and even financial system were uneven. And here the major issues in the different princely states, I think Abdul and Mani have also made this diagram map. So when you have written Hyderabad, you have written, you also in introduction you have said the name of the princely states. But when you mention the name of the princely state there, it became a specific introduction, right? So when you're writing 562, it's like the all princely states. You're getting difference. You made your introduction specific. Secondly, when you mention there, you get very less scope to write in the body. So better to write those names in the body. And you have mentioned in the example, better to show that in the map. Okay, so that is the feedback for both of you. Then connectivity is not there, different region, how you will administer. Then the record keeping is not there, as I mentioned. So these are the dimensions of administration. Then main socio-cultural problem, linguistic diversity was there. Here I shown the different languages in a table. This is the presentation you can learn. Then the communal tensions were there in the different region, and then the caste barriers, regional developmental disparity was there, north-south divide was there, social issues like patriarchy, child marriage was also prominent. It was the efforts of leaders like Sardar Patel which made India united despite these issues. That is a very simple conclusion. There is one book also written by VP Menon, The Integration Process of India. Like there's some book that can be mentioned here, like that highlights the different issues. Okay, I think today they have created one channel. Have you added into that channel? The group, actually they created kind of channel in Telegram, but I asked them to create group so that you can also mention message. They added me also. I asked you all to add so that these papers can be shared there. Okay. Now the second question was this third one. See, the question they are asking is the critical note on the evolution of significance. Now here. Critical note on the evolution and significance. Two parts are there. Jai Jawan Jai Kisan slogan was given by Lal Bahadur Shastri in 1965 to unite India. Name, year. This is important to write. Those who have not written the name, it's not acceptable, because this you should know who gave that slogan. That much we all know. 1965 year, if you're not knowing, that's okay, but that evolution, how it evolved from China, I started 1962, 1965. Basically, it created the issue. We got defeat from China. So that's shown that the defense wise we are not strong. Military is having need more emphasis, more investment, right? That's the idea. Indo-Pak war led the food crisis. We diverted food, then the crops failure and other thing happened. Food insecurity, Bihar famine happened during that period. Green Revolution idea came up. MS Swaminathan and 1965 gave the Jai Jawan Jai Kisan. Here the chronology, I mean the events I mentioned. I should not have mentioned this years because I didn't know exactly the flow. But those mistakes happen when you actually write the answers. But I think the examiner will ignore the small mistake. Okay, this way you can present this evolution. I told you now, whenever they are asking about evolution, give something structure presentation like this that shows the proper flow. Okay. This is the structure, evolution of slogan. Now, the next part is the significance of slogan, political significance. Yes, it united different factions together, despite you support the different parties. Since it's the issue of national security and food security, they come up. Then farmer motivation, military zeal, military civilian cooperation. So first point is about the farmer, Jai Kisan, military Jai Jawan, and basically both are collaborated. So cooperation, 3 point you can create like that only, right? Then fifth is the policy modulation and the direction, basically to give more focus on the defense and food security. That also came. Addition of Jai Vigyan by Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Jai Anusandhan by Narendra Modi. Here I should have written honorable. There also honorable. Broaden the scope and highlighting its significance. Basically, they increase the Vigyan means science. Anusandhan means research and development. Right? So that way it shows the present relevance also. Present relevance. That is how in the present also it is important. Okay.
But it asks critically.
Yes, that's what the point. That's a mistake I told. It asks the critical. That means it has certain limitation. The slogan had certain limitation to basically it had the limited. It became a political slogan. The actual impact was less. The impact was slow or the less than what it was expected. Right, and that's why you saw later on we got again the issue of 1971 war happened. There we won. Then the emergency happened. Right. So that is the criticism you can give 1 or 2 points. That is the lacking. Abdul and she has written that part. That's very good. Right. And I told that time also, and I realized that was the mistake I made. I should have given here the issues because they have asked that critically. No, critical note. Okay, that's a good point, and that's my mistake. Any other in these two questions we want to discuss? But the question itself is asking about issues. Now the thing is here, if you write like the assess the main administrative issues and the socio-cultural problem. Here the issues, one side you are giving, the other side. The another side is that the positive of it. Despite these issues, we were able to do that. So that is the positive aspect. So when you are mentioning that, that means you are talking about the positive aspect. You're saying that okay, issues were there. But still, despite those issues, the political unification, the strategic movement, the use of the military, the negotiation, these all things helped India to tackle those administrative and socio-cultural barriers to unite India. That aspect will create the other side when you are saying the SS. Since it is 10 markers, so the scope was less. That's why I added in the last conclusion also. Only that part. But she is rightly pointing out, it has said SS. When it is saying the SS, means again assessment you have to make. So again you have to think to both sides. So when you are mentioning the issues, at the end you can give that the positive aspect. We took the political initiative, we took the social initiative, education and those things, the Hindu-Muslim unity at the grassroots level, those things, and then the negotiation with the princely states, military action wherever required, calculated use of force. These initiatives helped India to tackle those issues, and ultimately we united India. Okay.
Assessment is possible.
Yes. You are assessing something. That means again you are investigating. But the question nature, it depends on question nature. Here they have directly asked the issues, right? So you can't write like that there were no issues. One side, if they're asking the issues, you can't say that the issue where these are the issue, but there were no issue also, or the low issue also. You can't write. You have to write like the okay. Despite this, how we tackle that can be the other side. It depends on if they say like the in the other way, if they ask like the positive side they ask, then nature will be different. Okay, so let's write the next two questions. Okay, let's discuss these two questions. Time is already crossed, so we'll discuss first. Okay. See, the first question was: has the formation of linguistic states strengthened the cause of Indian unity? Now it's asking you the question: has it done? Has it strengthened the cause of Indian unity? That means yes, it has strengthened, but not completely. Sometimes it has created issues also. So naturally, it requires you to give the both dimensions, right? That in some way it has strengthened, but sometime it has created certain issues also, right? So that should be the structure of it, two sides. At the end, we will give the balanced answer by saying that yes, it has created issues. We should decide reorganization based on certain objective criteria. It should not be the emotional or the political. It should be the more objective criteria considering the development, cultural need, as well as the what we say is that administrative efficiency. You can't have one state equal to Hyderabad, no? You need certain population also, right? So that is. So linguistic states formation strengthen the cause of Indian unity. For example, cooperative federalism, like the more states, cooperation among them. Cultural unity in diversity, because you are recognizing the culture, so cultural dimension. Then the people participation, developmental, decentralized development. You are administrating huge Madras state versus you are administrating Andhra Pradesh, Madras separately. So the people participation in the development will increase because more people can participate in the smaller state. So that developmental need. Third, the fourth point is the political stability through addressing the regional political demand. Otherwise, there will be the protest, and that can create more regionalism. Then administrative efficiency by reducing the size of governance unit. The huge state problem in the administration, right? So the 5 dimension: administrative, political, cultural, constitutional, federalism. So these aspects you can create the dimensions. Okay. Next is however, it created some issues in national unity. Regionalism is the one issue, like the more demand for the states. Political opportunism means fueling the sentiment of linguistic diversity. Like we should protect our language. Yes, we should protect, but within the state. If we start making state for every language, then there will be 120 state in India. Major language 121 is there. So then the son of soil doctrine gets strengthened. That son of soil doctrine means that the Andhra Pradesh is only for Telugu. If the Hindi people are coming here, we should beat them. Some places it's happening. Like in Maharashtra, some cases happened where there are violence against those people who are not able to speak Marathi. Similarly, some issues happen in Karnataka also, if they are not speaking Kannada, right? So that creates the issue in the national unity. As a nation, we should be able to go to any state, work there, stay there, right? That's the freedom given by our Constitution, Article 19(1), right? Freedom of movement, residence, those things, right? If it is legal, right? So that again, if every state is closing their border for other state people, that the national unity will be compromised, right? So that is the problem, son of soil doctrine. The criteria determined by Fazal Ali Commission should be considered. However, national unity and integrity must be the top priority in reorganization. The last line is very important. While doing the reorganization, we should keep in mind the national unity and integrity. I think once Jawaharlal Nehru said that first thing come first. Whenever this JVP committee, he was also the member, na? He said like the first thing come first, and the first thing is national unity. The other thing comes later. So such quotes can be used in such conclusions. Okay. The second question is about the Bhudan movement. See the structure. Critically discuss the objectives of Bhudan Gramdan movements initiated by Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Now here the year is important when it started. So around 1950s. There is no one after 1950s. It was the movement, na? So it started around 1950s. That's the point. So you have to give the objectives of the movement. So how I presented that? Objectives of movement, Bhudan, Gramdan. Bhudan is the more individual. You have so much land, you donate. Gramdan means whole village brings all land under one control and then they redistribute or do the collective farming. So that is the objectives. Then critically, they said that they critically examine. What they said? Critically discuss. See, critically discuss. So discuss word is also similar to the examine. As I said, both sides we have to give. So, what word they have used? Objectives, Gramdan, Vinoba Bhave, and their success. Success we have to critically discuss. That means here you have to use the word positive impact or success of initiative movement. Yes, land distribution, some level of land distribution happened, the social harmony came, political thrust towards the reform, land reforms, social mobilization, people get aware about the reform in the lands, moral pressure on the rich landowners, some points. However, its success were limited in terms, limited actual redistribution. They committed, but actually was limited. Second, they distributed poor fertile land, low productive land. Suppose I have very low productive land, I gave that as donation. Yes, low fertile land. Last is the regional outreach, very few area. I think Andhra Pradesh was the epicenter. Here actually he started this movement from Andhra Pradesh. So it's very important for your state PCS also, this movement. And lastly is that overall the movement impacted the conscience of the nation, that we should take care about those who are not having the resources. More than the material impact. Material impact, actual redistribution of the land, it was there, but more than that, it impacted the conscience. Post-independence, when we were poor, how can few people have the huge resource, especially land, and few not even having the 1 inch of land? So that impacted that one. So that way it can be concluded. So this was about the Bhudan. Now, any question in these two